God bless Milwaukee Tools. Alright, as you can see, Ultra is back up on the lift. Got a few goodies. As you may remember, a few videos ago at the ThunderMax event, I said I was going to end up buying a new ThunderMax ECU for this bike. Well, here we are. I did. I went ahead and bought the ThunderMax 309460 for 01 to 10 Softail, 2 to 07 Touring, 07 to 9 XL. I'll go through what comes in the box real quick. Of course, you got the USB cable, and then these are the adapters for the wideband O2 sensors. Instructions, again, this is made in the US, it's actually made right up the road from here. So this is all in English, legible, readable English. The actual ECU itself, some other odds and ends, stickers, zip ties, and then the actual wideband O2 sensors. This being a wideband setup, for those of you that don't know, you will need an 18mm bung for these. These are a little bit bigger than the normal, what I think is 12mm O2 sensor. If you're using a stock exhaust, you may have to get some welded bungs that are bigger, or if you're buying an aftermarket exhaust, you may have to, well, you will have to double check whether it comes with the 18mm bung or the stock. Again, I think it's 12mm. I actually just bought the S&S Sidewinder 2-in-1 for this bike, and it says right on it comes with 18mm bung for wideband, and it has a thread-in adapter for the stock 12mm O2 sensor. So with that, again, like I said, I did get a new exhaust for this thing. I kind of figured with this being fuel injected, I have to get a tune done to it with a new exhaust anyway. So I might as well spend the extra money, buy one I can tune myself, and have one I can tune on the go whenever I want and change the tune a little bit for this or that. Again, I'll get more into all that later when I'm actually getting into tuning. So this exhaust is going to be coming off. This is the stock headers with Screaming Eagle slip-ons. There's nothing special about it. It doesn't sound very good. Doesn't look too good to me. So I got to take all this off. And then, of course, I'll be going through the process of installing the ECU and the wideband and all that stuff. Nothing else to do here but get the exhaust taken off and wait for the new one to come in, which should be any time now. A lot of people like the look of the dual exhaust on baggers. I do too, but I really like the performance aspect of a 2-in-1. So that's kind of what I'm going for, some more of that low end torque. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get this exhaust taken off, get this thing prepped and ready for the install. I may go ahead and take the stock ECU out too while I'm waiting, because I can't put that one in until the new exhaust is here anyway. I gotta figure out how to get this thing apart. This thing comes in like 6 pieces. It's like the muffler and it all connects up in here somewhere. It's a fucking mess. Like everything else on this bike, everything is completely rusted on, so it's gonna need a little bit of persuasion. Alright, I think I'm pretty much at an impasse here. Everything is too seized to get off any further, so I'm gonna spray everything down with some PB Blaster, let it sit for a while. I gotta work tonight anyway, and then probably jump right back in tomorrow, because this shit is totally seized. I can't even get this back sweeping pipe off of its exhaust clamp right here. I'm just gonna, like I said, douse it in PV and let it sit. Alright, it's been a couple days. I've been kind of at a standstill between work and a couple other things going on, but I have made a little bit of progress, and I also ran into a little bit of an issue. Let me show you what we got. Okay, so I got this whole section off with the muffler, the down tube, and then coming around to this side, I got the Screaming Eagle slip-on off. I got both of these bolts out. The flange is down here. And then I have a stuck bolt. See, that bolt there is completely stuck and it's starting to strip. I got all the heat shields and everything off. So that's a problem. It's kind of a weird spot because there's that crossover tube that brings the pipe out of the left side. And there's not enough room in there to get a socket with a good amount of grip on it. And it started to strip it. I got an extractor set. If this doesn't work, I don't know what to do, but I know what I'm gonna do. I bought a couple nuts, same size nuts. It's a 5/16 by 24 nuts. And I'm gonna end up welding them onto that nut. Getting this fucker off the old fashioned way, I guess. Because it does not want to come out of there. And the only issue I can foresee with this is how wide this is at the top. It's gonna leave not a lot of room for activities. So we'll see what happens here. This thing is chewing that up. God bless Milwaukee tools. This thing was completely rusted. Damn, you rounded off. This extractor bit did work. I'm glad my new exhaust came with new bolts because that one's fucked. Let's see if we can put an end to this shit show. Put this exhaust on. I have never, ever struggled that hard to get a damn exhaust off. Jesus. Makes me really happy I didn't go to True Duals because this crossover back here, pain in the ass. This is the bracket that held the crossover pipe in place right on the starter, so that's, don't need that. So we can just... The new S&S exhaust did come with new gaskets that go in the heads. So I'm going to go ahead and get these ones out. If you've never done this, it's real easy with a pick. These are going to be completely corroded in there like everything else on this motorcycle. So I'm going to go ahead and get the old ECU out, put the new one in, and then I'm going to run the wideband cables up through here into the battery box. The battery box is out. Or the battery's out. I'm probably going to run the wideband sensors down through here, and then they'll come out here behind the starter, and then I have to wait till I get the exhaust on to get the actual widebands put in. So I'm going to go ahead and get this ECU out, and the new one bolted in and plugged in, and some cables ran, and we'll see what happens from there. Quick rundown. Stock harness going into the ThunderMax, and this is the wideband harness that goes up, over, around with still plenty of room for the battery, so we can get a light down in there. There we go. So these two cables going down, and they're coming out by the starter right here, and this is the rear connector, front connector, which I can't do anything with until I get the actual exhaust put in with the wideband put in. So I'm going to go ahead and put the panel back on here. I guess go ahead and put all this back together, the seat and all that crap, and the battery. And then Actually, I'm gonna leave the cover up because I still need to download the tune for this. So I may as well go ahead and put the battery back on and then get that started.